So today I'm doing a 20 random facts about me. So just gonna sit here, eat my snacks while I share, while we can sip on some tea together and go through this video. So
let's
the
get
number
started.
one is nobody in my family knows that I create YouTube videos. And yes, that is true. I have not shared. I have been doing this for so long now, and I have not let anybody know in my family that I do YouTube. I just have, I just feel like they would not, I don't know. I just think they would not really support me. And I just feel like they would think something is actually wrong with me for doing videos. So, yeah, I kind of keep this to myself and I keep it on the down low. Number two, only one friend knows that I am a content creator on YouTube. Also, I feel like people tend to judge you, and that's the reason why it seems like people that are closer to you are more critical of you, and they judge you harsher than the outside world. So there's only one close friend. We are like this, like we are like twins. We have been through so much together, and I have known her for over 10 years. I worked with her when I was in Atlanta, and we have stayed in contact. We talk on the phone almost every single day, and she's like my closest friend. So she's the only one that knows that I'm doing YouTube, and I'm going to keep it that way. Unless, I don't care if people find out about it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell people that I do YouTube. But if they happen to come across my video, that's fine with me. I really don't care, because I really don't care what people think. So, but I'm not going to actually be an open book. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to just openly share things about myself. So the third thing is I do not promote my videos. And I think I've only promoted on Twitter 3 times since I've been doing this. So yeah, people may be like, why do you go through all this trouble, all this time to create a video and you don't edit? Well, I mean, not edit, but promote. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. I'm not going to promote. I feel like I'm not going to shamelessly promote myself. I'd rather just have people find me. But, and by the way, I'm eating graham crackers and peanut butter. This is rare for me. I don't even eat peanut butter. I do not like peanut butter jelly at all. Even as a child, I didn't like peanut butter jelly. So that could be a random fact. I'll just add a plus, because I did 3. So I don't like peanut butter jelly. It's my 4th. But I have 4 in here. I'm just going to go in the order that I have here. Okay. Number 4, I had a rare health condition in 2015 where I had electric shocks throughout my body. This was so freaky. I have never experienced anything like this before. I actually was flipping like a fish when I went to the hospital in the emergency room. They had like 3 EMTs trying to tie me back, and my body was flipping like I had electricity going all through my body, like I was getting tasered. And I went to multiple doctors. They could not find anything that was wrong. They didn't know what it was. Number 1, I'm going to do a health and wellness video, because I think that's really important. But this is what I found out. Chlorophyll is a chemical, not really a chemical, it's a natural ingredient in green vegetables like kale, spinach, broccoli, all that. All leafy, not really broccoli, but kale, spinach, and other leafy, probably Swiss chard. Those type of vegetables have chlorophyll. I was boiling that, steaming that, cooking it, eating it like crazy, drinking the water from the kale water or collard green water. I was just drinking it on its own. It was nasty, but they said that healed me from just doing that. Cherries was another thing. I was eating fresh cherries. I know that has something to do with inflammation because cherries, whatever's in cherries, is good for arthritis and bursitis and anything that when you have pain in your joints. And mangoes, I was also eating a lot of mangoes. I was making mango smoothies with almond milk. I have a journal that I kept during this time of all the different things I was doing and actually what was my results each day of me getting healed, and also prayer. Also, it was not only just the electric shocks. I was having muscle spasms that was twisting my muscles on the inside. So it was like right around my stomach area where it was like just turning and twisting. It was very painful. It was also in my chest, like right up in here. I can't remember all the details, but I have it fully written out in my journal. I'm good on keeping journals. I'm like a journal freak. So I definitely have a lot of journals, and I haven't been journaling as much, but I hope to journal more this year. And eventually it did heal. I don't have any problems with it. It never came back. I don't know what it was. Never got any answers. Okay, number 5, my favorite meal of the day is breakfast. I love me some breakfast. I love me some breakfast. I don't know how people go without eating a full meal. I don't know. I have to have a full meal, like with, I throw down. I make my eggs. I make, what is that stuff on the side? So tabbouleh salad, plantain, grits, all kinds of stuff. I'll be hooking it up. Sometimes I even make some like leftover dinner from the night before, a piece of curry chicken, and hook that up with some plantains in the morning. And I'm trying to think what else. I'm just a breakfast. I can eat a good breakfast and skip lunch and then go to dinner. I don't have to. I'm not big on lunch. Okay. But I do like to eat 24 hours a day. 24 hours around the clock I like to eat, as you can tell. I'll save this next question for another Q&A because I'm thinking about doing a Q&A on my natural hair. Another Q&A. So I'll save that one. Okay. 8 is I'm a sucker for romantic comedies. I like movies like Love Jones, The Wedding Planner. I have seen these a million times. I'll rewatch them. The Notebook, Pretty Woman, any kind of Tyler Perry movies, even though those are not really romantic. Well, they're romantic comedies, some of them, but they always have a moral to the story. Anything like that. I love those type of movies. I can sit there and just watch them over and over. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it. Okay, number 9. I love to paint. And I have tea over here, so I don't want it to get cold. So just hold on for 1 minute. I don't want my tea to get cold, since I'm sharing the tea with you, or spilling the tea with you. Okay. So I love to paint. I do acrylic painting. I started painting. It's so funny, in college I had bought a paint set of Primary Colors Liquitex, and I held on to those paints for 10 years. I never painted, and then at the time I was dating, this was in 2004. Don't ask me how I remember years, but I do remember years like a file cabinet. And it was 2004. I was dating this man, and I told him that I had these paints that I had never tried painting, but I've always wanted to paint. He busted out. He's like, "We are going to paint tonight." So we busted out the paints, and I've been painting ever since. The thing is, the past couple years I haven't painted because my life has been so up and down and roller coaster. The past, well, more than a couple years, but I have to be in a very peaceful space to paint, and it's a meditation for me. So kind of like my jewelry. My jewelry is very, like, I'm in a meditative state when I'm doing my jewelry. Actually, it probably is a good time for me to paint because that heals me from any stress and chaos that's going on in my life. But number 10, I'm a germophobic. I don't like to use public bathrooms, and when I'm at work, I always make sure I go to another floor. I don't like to be in the same bathroom with everybody else that I work with. And that's just a female thing. I think most females can understand that. Kind of like, I'd rather be around people I don't know when I come out the bathroom. And I'm not talking about just for number 2. I'm talking about just in general. But yeah, I constantly wash my hands. Gotta have my hands clean. Teeth gotta be clean. Body wash, hair wash. I mean, just constantly just making sure that I'm straight. Okay. Number 12 is I'm a private person, but I think we discussed that early in the video. I am very kind of like a loner. I'm extroverted and introverted, so I don't know how you can take that, but I like to kind of keep my business to myself. That's all. I just like to keep my business to myself. And 14, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I'm the baby girl. I have a younger brother. Number 15, I hate the snow and the cold. I don't know how I managed to be born on a major snow day in Brooklyn, New York. My mother said that I needed an escort to be delivered to the hospital, and she felt like a movie star because she was driving through. They had a police escort and driving me straight through the snow. Well, a snowstorm, and everybody was just being pushed out the way, moved out the way. And I was born at Presbyterian Hospital in New York. So I don't know how come. But maybe that's why I had to leave and go to Atlanta, because I just don't like the snow. I don't like the cold. Okay, number 16, I'm allergic to rice and beans. Yes, I'm allergic to rice and beans. That eliminates Chinese food, Mexican food, Indian food, a lot of different foods, because a lot of people cook with rice and beans. But my favorite, number 17, my favorite food is Mexican. Now, I must have been Mexican in another life, because, honey, I love my taco salad. I wrote a list here. Avocados. I can eat avocados like ice cream. Okay? Ice cream. I love my avocados. I eat it for breakfast, I eat it for lunch, I eat it for dinner. Avocados is slamming. Salsa. I love my cheddar cheese, my enchiladas, my nachos, my fajitas, my burritos. The only thing is I just pick out the beans, because the only kind of beans I can eat is string beans. Anything else, black eyed peas, none of that. I can't eat no kind of beans, no green peas, no garbanzo beans, no kind of other beans. It itches my throat, and I just can't take it. It just itches my throat. Okay, number 18, I don't like drama or conflict. I will run the other way. I do not like drama. I do not like gossip. If you gossiping, I don't want to hear it. I'm going the other way. I don't like people that are competitive, arrogant, boastful, jealous, all of that. Any kind of drama and conflict, yeah. Okay, number 19. Yes, I'm a Christian. Being a Christian, a believer, is the best thing that has happened in my life ever. I was raised up in the church. I kind of backslid in high school and college and stuff, and came back into the Lord, I would say, in my early 20s, got saved, and I've been on this journey. Now, I'll go to the next question to explain more details. Number 20. I was in an accident where I was helping my friend move to Macon to go to school, college. The truck caught on fire. We was driving on the highway, I think it was I-75 South. The whole truck, we were driving. At first we didn't even know the truck was on fire. We just smelled smoke. We was having trouble with the rentals. They kept on giving us a new rental truck. We finally got this one. I was feeling something was not right when I was in between when we were getting gas. I said I was feeling real nervous and real edgy. But I didn't say anything to my friend. So we got in the truck. And on the way we kept on smelling smoke, and the car was not driving as fast as it should. These people, like I said, this has been a week of distractions. But I know the devil is busy, but he does not get the last word. So I want to continue with what I was saying earlier, because my battery died. So I had to recharge the camera, and I'm coming to you later on in the evening. It's actually late. It's 9:30, and I'm in the midst of actually editing. So I'm actually working on that now. So I just wanted to finish up what I was saying. So we were driving on the highway, and we saw someone flagging us over real crazy, like, get over, get over. So my friend, I was the passenger, my friend cut over into the right lane, and she was slamming on the brakes, but the brakes was not stopping. The brakes wasn't working. So she started slamming on the rear of the the emergency rail on the highway. So we were kind of like bouncing back and forth, and she was screaming for me to jump out the truck. I said, I'm not jumping out the truck. But I looked in the rearview mirror, and when I looked in the rearview mirror, I saw like all this smoke, black smoke, the blackest smoke you can think of, just trailing us, black. I look in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, oh my God. So I opened my door while we were still bouncing back and forth between the rail. And I opened it, and there was fire shooting up from underneath the truck. I didn't even think twice. When I saw that fire, I jumped. That heat, I could feel the heat on my leg. And I actually landed on both of my legs. The truck wasn't going that fast because she had slowed it down. I'm not sure exactly how fast it was going, maybe 50 miles an hour. But I was able to land on my feet. And I didn't even know if she jumped or not, because when I saw that fire, I didn't even think twice. She happened to jump out, but she got hit a little bit on the side of her shoulder by the car door. But we ran around and we held each other and hugged each other. That truck rolled down and kind of went down a little further, a couple of feet. And right where we were sitting, the whole seat, passenger seat, just went up in smoke. The whole thing just went up in fire. Now, it just went up in flames. It took a while for the ambulance and the police to come, and the people who flagged us over, they had us sit in the car. They didn't say anything to us. We were upset. I'm not sure if I was crying, but I was real nervous. We were shaking up. I was actually shaking. And they just asked us if we were okay. And it was a man, a woman, and yeah, it was just a man and a woman. I was gonna say there was a child, but there was no child. It was just a man and a woman in the car. And they didn't say anything the whole time. They just was very quiet in the seat. All they asked is if we were okay. Now, when the police came, we got out the car to file our police report. In the midst of talking to them, we turned around and the car was gone. The car, we didn't even get a chance to say thank you. So, I just feel somehow like I really believe that was an angel. Those two people in that car was an angel. I've experienced a lot of deep stuff, y'all. A lot of deep stuff. But that was just kind of like the opening of my eyes to the Spirit of God. Even though I was a Christian, and was always a believer, like that was like a real eye-opener because I almost died. I came this close to dying. And I said I would never take life for granted again. Ever. I would never take life for granted again. It's still emotional sometimes when I think about it. And from that point, let me backtrack as far as being a Christian. I was baptized in 2007. I did a Daniel fast, and that was like a 60-day fast, if you're not sure of what that is, where you don't eat and you pretty much get closer to God. You pray and you eat. You don't eat. I'm sorry, you don't eat. But what I did, I ate like vegetables and fruit and juices. I kind of like did a lot of veggies and fruit. And towards the end, I really was not craving. Oh, after like right around even 40 days, 30 days, I wasn't even really craving food. I was eating less and less and less. And everything was spiritually, everything was getting stronger, stronger, and stronger. And by the end of the Daniel fast, I wound up getting baptized. Even though I was baptized as a baby, my parents baptized me when I was an infant. But I believe that once you get of age as an adult to make your own decisions, I think it's very important that you get baptized. You know, to make that decision for yourself. So that was in 2007. I've been actively in church. I serve. I was on the Welcome Care Ministry in my home church. And then I relocated. I moved to New Jersey. And I was also working at a church there where I was actually part of the salvation team, where actually when people go to the altar and get saved, I would actually give them the brochures and the pamphlets and give them a little bit more details, and I actually call them and follow up with them after service during the week to give them more information about the church. So that's a little bit about me, and I'm sure from this Mind, Body, and Soul series you're going to find out a lot more details about my beliefs and my faith, and I look forward to sharing that with you. And I guess that's it. Oh, I have two more questions, because I had one. Oh, if I still have the paper. Okay, here. My favorite perfume is Amazing Grace by Philosophy and Spark by Liz Claiborne. And I love Amazing Grace. It is such a light scent. It's the best smell I have ever in my life smelled, besides, like, I love frankincense. Amazing Grace just has a very light, it's just a beautiful smell. And that's by Philosophy. And then the last question is, what is my ethnicity and nationality? Well, it's funny. A lot of people think I'm not. People automatically think I'm Creole, and or they think that I'm mulatto or mixed, but I'm not any of them. I am actually 100% Jamaican. I was born and raised in America, so that makes me Jamaican. And my dad is from Mandeville, and my mother was born in America in Harlem, but both of her parents are Jamaican, so that makes me 100% Jamaican. So that is a little bit of history and a little bit about me, random facts. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have subscribed, or if you're looking to, I'm trying to think, I guess just thanks for joining me on the video and getting to know me a little better. And we will chat later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.